sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where the keeper of the light sounds the fog bell to signal it's time for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. Visitor sideline, a look at the Raiders head coach. His team making the long flight. Always difficult to play the 1 o'clock Eastern game when a West. First play, and May goes to the air. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they ended up holding him to just a short gain.
He's got his man. Keyshawn Butte. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And that's a nice job. Something out of nothing, sidestepping defenders for a gain of 4. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll step up and run, and he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 2-yard line.
They'll look to run with Stevenson. Good blocking, and he's in. Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, Patriots. No problem there on the extra point, and the Patriots come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return is Dylan Lowby. And he's down at 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Jensen. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. It's Gino. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic 1st down.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run with Genty. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. And It's a loss of a couple.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
That's going to be incomplete. Very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down. From the gun, it's Gino. That's caught left side by Bowers. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Raiders first down. Here's Genty. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Robert Spillane throws him there. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Genty. Finding room to the 20. And he'll take this one in. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And what an opener it has been for this rookie. That's now his 2nd touchdown here in Week 1.
And that's one of the best elements of this run game is just how explosive they can be. And it has felt like they've been on the verge of breaking one a few times here, Mike, and then they finally make it happen here. Catch the end zone, first time today.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So the Patriots, 4-13 last year. They make the coaching change. They find a quarterback, they hope, in Drake May. And all of a sudden you bring Mike Vrabel in here, and Greg, it feels a little bit different around this Patriots squad.
It does, and listen, there's no question. In the NFL, Mike, we all know you need to be good at 2 spots if you want to be consistent over any period of time, and that's head coach, and they believe they got their guy in Mike Vrabel after the 1-year tryout of Gerard Mayo. They feel like they finally landed on the person who can carry on that Patriots legacy, that identity, and then, of course, you need to be competitive, and you need to be set at the quarterback position. And now going into year 2, Drake May, in the midst of chaos last year, Mike, he was pretty good. I mean, he did a lot of really good things with some really bad things going on around him. So they think they've got the quarterback checked. They think they've got their head coach of the future. Now just continue to build that roster, build an identity of winning, and this is going to go a long way towards doing that.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
For a Patriots.
Off the play fake, it's May. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Stevenson. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7. Comes to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
The throw now, May. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jalen Holt. Touchdown, New England. The extra point, up and good. And the Pats will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title, but you have to remember, two other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy when you mentioned 9 in a row. You think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think LA and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City. Maybe then there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers, for the Broncos, or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just be Kansas City or to just be whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. Remember, that's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So, yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer and play pass coverage. If you're playing a lot of grounded pound, big running backs, you better be really good on the inside in defense and be able to defend the run. So there's themes across every division, and the teams that are built to compete within the division are usually the teams that find themselves in the playoffs.
Here's a handoff to Genti. He works free, right side. And he will score again. Ashton Genti. Touchdown, Vegas. It's a debut for the ages, paying immediate dividends. 3 touchdowns in the season opener. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Raiders have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Patriots offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staff, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And two new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture subs, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence. So, no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
Maynard on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On the give, this is Stevenson. Going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Third, they need 8. Throwing is May. Hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. For Diggs, that's his first touchdown as a New England Patriot. The extra point is up and through. And the Patriots will even their score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. To return is Tucker. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening. Big numbers in this first half. They'll go play action. It's Smith. Short throw and pulled in by Mayer.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They'll try to set up the screens to Genty. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Gino. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Gino to throw. Oh, bad decision there. Off his back foot. It's intercepted.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The Patriots offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams. But I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run. He can still make every catch. He can still go up and compete at the high level. I think you put Devontae Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked up by Darnay Holmes.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
They'll look to set up the screen here.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Raiders.
From the shotgun, Smith. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Patriots are going to recover.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, here's May. He'll get this off to Stevenson. New England going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock is stopped with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and short, and here is May. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
That's good for a Patriots.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. That one taken in by Douglas.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
One final throw before the break. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this 1st half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. And it's a guy who missed most of the run to the Super Bowl last year, Rashee Rice.
Here's May to throw it on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch from contact.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. On fourth down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriots field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick is perfect. Right down the middle. And the Patriots will take a 24-21 lead.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Raiders offense starting back out for their first involvement of the second half. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Where even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped it. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss, and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come over.
Second and 5. A run. Genty. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down. Run out of the gun for Genty. And he's got another one. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Jermaine Pratt starting the season with a bang. His 2nd sack in the season opener. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Patriots ready for the punt. This brought in out past the 20. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. So, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. You got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you watch in the NFC?
Well, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year, McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. It's an incompletion. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Genty. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Off the play fake. Smith. Wide open. There is Bowers. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They get 24 on that one. And just like that, it's 1st and goal. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. For Gino, career touchdown pass number 106, but his first in silver and black. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Marcus Jones now to return. Now on a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit Just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss. And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so.
And he cannot be stopped. He is into the end zone again. Ashton Genty, touchdown Raiders. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will score. Touchdown, Vegas. Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders tack on one more to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards.
Second and inches.
It's second and inches at the 33-yard line.
Give up the middle to Stevenson. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Patriots first down.
They'll toss right side to Stevenson. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one. From the 38 now, here's second down and 7.
Brings up second
And in motion, it's Diggs. LCO, that one is complete. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 3.
Operating for the shotgun, it's May. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. Only need a yard, and it's fourth down. They're going. It's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. He's going to pick up a Patriots first down as they wind up getting 13 on fourth down.
Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 40.
On the ground, Gibson has some room inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down. Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's May. That'll be complete to Gibson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
On first and 10, here's May. Has caught right side to find Henry. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
To Hunter Henry.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get it to the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll try to run this one in. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And
to the goal line and in. Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, New England. That's his second touchdown now here in the season opener.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
They run out of the gun with Genty. And he finds a little bit of space. They'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Keep it on the ground with Genty. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Raiders first down.
From the gun, it's Gino. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Hey, we go.
From the shotgun, it's Smith. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They move